Do you want to see the sweet treat that I got myself in the shop?
Yeah, when I saw you getting a sweet treat, I was like, wait, I want a sweet treat.
No, this will kind of be a surprise, maybe. Maybe not. Um,
I'm going to get myself a sweet treat and you pull up with a glass of wine.
I just thought, right? I was like, I'm literally going to the city of love in 2 weeks. I need to prepare myself. I've been off the drink for like a month and a bit now, and I need to prepare myself, you know?
Do you know what? I love that for you, Queen. Also, Neve calls Rome the city of love. She calls everywhere the city of love.
Everywhere, the city of love. Unless I don't like that city, then I call it the city of something else.
The rats.
Mm. What did I say the last day? I was like the city of business or something. What did I say? It was somewhere random. I don't know. Anyway, even if it's not a city, I'll call it a city. I'll be like, yeah, this is
Yeah,
city
she's like,
of
truly the city of love.
Tralee. I think Tralee is just Tralee City, to be fair. But
Truly city
like,
is so
if
true.
we're talking about now, in fairness, I had mentioned somewhere in Italy, and I called it the city of love, and it was the city of love,
Yeah, no, I think
surprisingly.
that place you weren't wrong, actually.
Well, I'm often rarely wrong, Rebecca. I think you'll find that everywhere is the city of love because you can
If you
find love everywhere.
so
If you
everywhere
look
can
hard
be a
enough.
city of love if you look hard enough.
If you look hard enough, you'll see that love is all around. So yeah.
Wow, you're on yourself, girl. No, the hair looks so good.
So good, like
So good.
I just feel like I know I've been saying it for so long, but remember I was like, I really need to try get back to my natural color. Now I know I'm still blonde, but I'm like darker blonde, and I just
Yeah.
think it's softer around my face. I
Yeah,
just
every
love
time you
it.
get it done, it's like
Yeah, it
nicer and nicer. Like
isn't it?
it's so slay.
And
No,
Emma had said because in my own root has grown out like I feel like I've showed this last week, but like underneath it's like so dark, like all the way down to here.
yeah, it's
Um,
growing.
she cut like off it as well, by the way, because I looked down and there was like a tuft of hair that long, and I was like, oh my God, like, and the fact that but it's so healthy and like there's no dead bits in it now. I can feel because like obviously this is like my third time getting it done. And I'm like, oh my God, the health, the hair oil, the like looking after it is working. But yeah, I love it. And I never thought that I would love my hair short for so long. So I'm thrilled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also it's looking long as well.
Oh, it's like this is a kind of like curly as well, but it is long. I think it's gonna shoot down during the summertime. It always tends to. Do you know what I mean?
That vitamin D.
Please God.
Please God.
Back to the main event. I booked my flights to go to Rome. I'm so excited,
Yes,
guys.
Neve is visiting in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I haven't seen Rebecca since January, which is a long time for us considering we were seeing each other every week recording the podcast.
It is.
Um, so I'm so excited, and I literally just can't wait. I need to get my nails redone before I go over. I booked the wrong appointment, so I literally like I was rushing the last day I was in town. My mom wants to give me one of her rings. Like we got it resized the last day. And do you find this? Do you know what size you are with rings?
No, not a clue. I just try them all on until I.
You don't even have a rough estimate because I'm the same, right? I know on this hand, I'm like, also future fiance, if you're out there, this is my ring hand. I am like, I think like a size 8 or 9 in between these fingers, an M or an N as well. I know on this hand. Over on this fucking hand, though, I don't know, is it because I write with it? If I type, if I text for some reason, this hand is fatter, obviously, my right hand. So when she was like trying on the rings, like the lady was like, "Oh, I'll give you a proper ring to try on, you know, just so we can see." And I was like trying on the rings, and the rings were like getting stuck on my knuckle. And I don't think I've ever said this on the podcast, but one time I put one of my cloud rings on the wrong finger in the middle of my sleep, and I woke up and my finger was like throbbing. It was
No,
so
you're
like
joking.
swollen. No, it was so swollen. I was literally like, oh my God, it was so like so fat. And I was like panicking, telling my mom, and we had to go to A&E and everything and get it removed. So I was like having like a throwback to that because the one she was giving me was Clara rings to try on again. And I was like, oh my God, like this it's stuck again. It's gonna be
Oh
like
my
round
God.
two. I was like sickened, but we finally found out that I was like I think it's like a P or something on my right hand, which is like way higher than my other hand. So I was like, I must ask Rebecca because I know that she like get your crystal rings at the thing, but you just try them on, you don't.
I just trialed and see the thing with me is I always move my rings around as well because like
Yeah.
one of my rings used to be on one of my fingers, but
Mm.
then it got too big, so then I just moved it to like a different finger.
Yeah, I do that
And
a lot with mine
like
as
this
well.
ring used to be on my middle finger, but it got too
It
big, so then I
did.
moved it to my thumb.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I was the same because you know why this came into my head? Because when I was trying on the rings the last day, I thought how smart it was. You know, when Abby, hey Abs, I know she listens to this podcast. She started going out with my brother and she like wrote in his notes her ring size in his notes thing, which I think is fucking genius. And girls listening to this podcast and guys, you need to take that down because that is fucking iconic. Like she literally like was like, okay, I when she met him, she was like, I'm just gonna write it down. All her ring sizes for both hands in the thing. Which I this is that's why it spurred me to be like, maybe I need to get my hands all sized.
Number one, I love that. Number two, I just had the most intense deja vu when you were telling that story.
Really?
Like, yeah, I don't know why. I just had such intense deja vu.
Oh my god, maybe it's gonna happen.
What's gonna happen? Oh,
Maybe you're gonna meet a man and write it down and
is no. Well,
you never know.
you never know what is
We just
potential.
never know.
We just never know.
But
Um,
yeah, I know. I thought that was a really good idea, but the last time when I was thinking about it, I was like, I better ask Rebecca because you're the only friend I know that we're you and Courtney, but Courtney knows her ring sizes. But I was like,
I love rings,
yeah.
but I don't know any sizes.
I was saying to Rebecca, girls, I'm going over the weekend before her birthday because like she's 30 and she needs to
30.
feel like it's your 30th birthday. So we're going all out the 2 weekends. I'm arriving, bottle of Moët in my hand, screaming, happy birthday. If you want me to genuinely sing it, I'm gonna sing it. Like you're 30. Like this is the energy we need. I'm gonna be
I'm
there at your
so
doorstep,
excited.
happy birthday. And then your neighbors are gonna be like, shut up. I'm like, fuck you.
I love how you have the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah, because one of the girls
play
yesterday
that.
to me, she was like, "Are we celebrating?" She was like, "Are we celebrating the weekend before or the weekend after?" Because she
We
was
were
like,
both.
"The weekend after is like 7 days after your birthday." But she was like, "I know Neve's coming," so
Yeah,
she was like, "I was like, maybe both." She was
I
like,
love
"Good
her.
idea."
Great girl. Love her energy. Is this Carlotta?
Yeah,
I can't wait to
we
meet her. I'm
love
so
Carlotta.
excited to meet your friends as well. I'm gonna be like, hey guys, I know all about you. We'll be like, how
They're
you doing?
honestly like, oh, we just have so much fun. Honestly,
Mm.
we have so much
Yeah,
fun. Such
actually, and you're
fun.
such a stunning group of friends as well. Like you've such cool vibes.
We got in the elevator last night, looked around, everyone was like head to toe in black, and I was
Just
just like,
love that.
we're so ready.
That is your kind of clan though. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, everyone's gorgeous. So yeah, we're having fun.
We're gonna have so much fun and we're
Fun.
gonna celebrate the Queen's birthday in pure Taurus Aries fashion.
Yeah, I know. I texted the girls the other day, like the girls here,
Yeah.
Leia and Carlotta, and I was like, hey, I was like, I don't know what my plan is yet, but I was like, the weekend, because it's a public holiday in Rome on the
Is it?
25th on a
Ooh.
Thursday, but then they have the Thursday and Friday off. So it's kind of like a backwards bank holiday, I
It's
guess.
kind of like Easter, but like
I don't know
the
what
other
it's
way.
for. Yeah, but
That's
they like the
crazy.
holidays the Thursday, but then they get the Friday off as well, and then obviously
Oh,
the Saturday, Sunday. So I was
yeah.
like, I don't know if like you've any plans, but I was like, just I will be. I don't know what I want to do yet, but I will be doing
Mm,
something for my birthday, and I'd love you
absolutely.
around. And Carlotta was like, "Oh my God, thank God you messaged me," because she was like, I was about to make plans to go away for a weekend, and that weekend was one of the suggestions.
Oh my
But she
God,
was like,
thank
"No, I'll
God.
absolutely be here," and Leia's going to be here, and I think her friend is visiting from America, so that's great.
Oh my God, how exciting.
So yeah, it's so soon. It's like
That's
two
so
weeks.
soon. I know. I'm literally
This
over
time,
to
two
you.
weeks, you're going to be here.
Yeah. So
We can go to the Sunday market.
yeah. I'll be walking through being like, Rebecca, it's so busy. I'm scared.
It actually wasn't too busy today, or else I've just stopped taking. No, actually, no. Today it wasn't too busy.
I'm
Um,
so ready to flirt with some Italian men. Plus, I'm never going to see them again. So I'm
yeah,
just going to go straight on. Like, I need to practice before I move. I need to be like,
to practice flirting.
hey, because like my flirting skills like genuinely
I
resemble like, do you ever see the thing and it's like a girl flirting with you and it's like she like glances her eyes over the thing and it's like that's me flirting. It's so bad.
I love
Um,
eye contact. I'm such an eye contact girly.
I
Like I will
am when
eye contact you
when
back.
I don't actually fancy them, I'm really good at keeping eye contact. But if I fancy them, I'm not so good at keeping the eye contact. So I'm not. Like if I like them, I'm like, yeah, da, 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 da. But if I don't like them, I'm like this. Like, hey
I'm,
you, how are you doing?
and
How's
that's why then you're like,
everything?
why do I attract men that I don't like? And it's like
I'm
because you're
literally
staring at them.
because Neve, you're literally giving them the I love you eyes. I'm like, hey
You're
baby.
practicing.
Oh my God. First of all, we need to talk about I need to talk about this before we get into because this will be you rambling on about this next. Um, two very important things. First of all, Taylor's new album will be released when I arrive in Rome. And
No,
number
it'll be
two,
released when you're going on the plane. That's
on the
so exciting.
plane. And also she's released a 5 stages of grief playlist, which Rebecca has sent to me, which I haven't listened to yet, but I am going to. But on the end of that, I watched Roadhouse last night. I know the man who shall not be named from All Too Well is the main actor in it.
Is it a movie?
It's a movie. And
Okay.
all I'm gonna say is I get it, Taylor. I get it. I get the vision is what I'm trying to put down, you know what I mean? He was actually really, really handsome in the movie. And he's quite funny, which I don't think he really plays really funny characters usually.
I don't
But
think I've
yeah,
ever seen him in like anything. And that's not me being like, I never
yeah.
like I actually don't
I
think
don't really think I have either. Like, so when I saw him, I was kind of like, oh, you are actually an actor. Oh, this is your job. But yeah, I thought, wow, do you know what? You got a lot going on for you, sir. Oh,
not you
I'm
back to
so
back
bad.
2 podcasts in a row fancying people that like you shouldn't be fancying. Andrew Huberman and now
Like it's just the initial attraction. I'm like, yeah, they're handsome. But if anything that my track record can show, it's either Shrek or Prince Charming. There is no in between. I don't go, you know what I mean?
mm,
Mm. Yeah,
mm.
so hopefully that'll change.
You're gonna have such I told Carlotta last night because Carlotta was like, what day is Neve coming? I was like the
I
19th. And
love
I was
her.
like, she'll get to experience like Taylor. And she was like, what a plane journey.
What a
Like,
plane journey. But
what
the
a
only
plane
thing is,
to
I'm
listen,
so sensitive, I'll be
feel
crying. Sorry, this light
joy.
is crazy. Let me
You
change it.
sensitive about what?
I'm sensitive. I'll be crying. Oh my God, this is very
Oh yeah, but that's
orange.
fine. I always cry on planes. It's the best place to cry.
No, I know. I feel like they'd be looking at me and I'd be like, I actually picked an aisle seat because I was like, okay, 3 hour journey going over, I'm gonna have to pee. So
Yeah.
there's no way. But coming back, I picked a window seat because my flight's at 5 a.m. coming back and I arrive at 8 a.m. into Ireland.
Yeah,
And
you need
I was
sleep.
like, I am gonna need to sleep on that window before I do the drive back down. But
But that'll be good. You'll just pass out like.
yeah, exactly. Hopefully anyway. All I need is an hour's kip and I'm good to go, like
And
really.
the flight, I think a 3 hour flight actually feels like
Quite
I was
quick.
shocked how short it felt. Yeah.
No, like I always say this to people, like when they're like, "Oh, you live to Manchester, you're always over and back." I'm like, the flight's genuinely 30 minutes. Like, it's not like I'm flying down to Spain and flying back. It's completely different. But yeah, I always break it up. Like first hour goes really quickly. Oh my God, that piece of dust that just flew into the camera.
But that was
Um, yeah, weird. There's literally no flies here either, so which is strange or like it's strange. Anyway, um. I break it up as in the first hour's down, and then once I get to the half hour of the next hour, it's just basically an hour left because I don't count the last half hour, so it's a 2.5 hour journey really.
it is. And like the
Mm.
yeah, the last like landing. And also I feel like they overestimate a lot of times with
Mm.
like flights.
They do. The flight journey is never what it's like. So say if it's like 8 to 3, the flight's actually only like 2 hours 30 minutes, but they need to count in for like, or maybe 2 hours 15 minutes, but they need to count in for you boarding and disembarking the plane.
Yeah.
Mm.
And if it's a really clear day, you fly over like the Alps. It's
Oh
a
my
like
God,
the
I'm
views
so
flying to Italy
excited.
are gorgeous. You fly over the Alps and then you come in along the coast
Oh
because
my God, it's
Fiumicino's
so
like on the
beautiful.
coast.
I was
It's
like to mom, like I was like, what if I go there and I literally want to move there and I don't want to move to the other place? I was like, because there's no stunning view. I'm just going over an ocean to go to the other place.
that's
You
so
know?
true. That is so true. Yeah, no, it's a really, really pretty flight path.
Yeah.
Mm.
How interesting. How exciting. It's all ahead of us now,
You might even
girls.
get a free row.
Maybe I will get a free row because he was flying in, well, I suppose Friday but
But
it's 10
also my
a.m.
you know my hack with flying.
Yeah, I know, but you know what? I couldn't be arsed. Sometimes I kind of like the company. I always end up chatting to whoever I'm sitting next to. I'm not joking. I think it makes it go so fast. I've ended up buying drinks for people who I'm sitting next to so many times because they try to tap their phone and their phone is working. I'm like, oh, I'll get it for you. Then I'm like, I might as well get one for myself. And then I end up drinking and talking to them. Um, but yeah, I always end up talking to people. I remember one time I got this guy's drink and he was like, oh, thank you so much. He's like, are you from Kerry? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, I'm actually flying home for someone belonging to him. It was his funeral. I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, I'm so glad I bought him a drink now. Do you know what I mean? To make his journey go better.
That's so
Um,
cute.
but yeah, I always end up chatting to people. I remember one time I was sitting next to this really hot guy he's from Birmingham, but he was flying into Manchester. No, he was from Liverpool and he's flying into Manchester. And he was so hot. And that day I actually looked unreal. I just got my braces off, extensions were in,
I love
like
that.
tanned. And I ended up just chatting away to him for the whole flight, and I really, really wanted to get his number, but then like all his friends are sitting around me, so I couldn't. But anyway, no
That's
love
sad.
lost
Yeah, I
there.
don't usually look good going to the airport or on airplanes, but when you do make the effort, it's like such a difference.
Such a difference. Oh
Like
my
you
God.
feel
Do you remember
so
that guy
good.
Charles from Heathrow? Do you remember that rang me?
Yeah, where did he go? What's
He
his number?
literally rang me last week again, and I never answered, but he doesn't even bother texting me anymore. I don't have the heart to tell him I'm literally never going to see that man again. And also, I felt pressured to give him my number, so there's literally no way.
Well, you
But
just wanted to vomit, you know?
I was like, I'm gonna literally throw up. Please God, that won't be my experience coming back from Rome because I will
No, it won't.
cry.
You'll be fine.
What was I gonna say as well? Oh, I literally so from when I intend to go to where I'm going. I don't know why that light keeps hooking up. I actually think it's my laptop.
No, it was
Um,
perfect. And then when you picked up the wine glass,
I
it
know, but
went
I need to
funny.
drink the wine, Rebecca. That's where the
Oh, no,
inspiration's
I
coming
know,
from.
but that's why it went strange.
I just hate
Maybe
it,
if
but
you pick it up again, it might like
maybe I'll
restart.
just hold it. So it's like used to it. But I I literally have no weekends spare now. And that's why I was like, oh, I need to book these flights ASAP because they were booking up so quickly. I've literally when people are messaging me and being like, oh, I need to do something before you go.
That's always the way before you go. It's
I
so hectic.
I'm like, I literally don't have a weekend free and I don't have the heart to tell anyone. I'm like, oh yeah, 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 definitely. Obviously I've booked in my girls, like, but I just don't have the heart to tell anyone. I'm like, look, I don't, it's not that dramatic. I'll see you in about 2 years' time. Do you know what I mean?
No, honestly, always, always, always before I've moved anywhere, like all you want to do before you leave, like the
Is
last 2 or
relax.
3 weeks, is like enjoy your house, like relax, like chill,
Yeah.
like, and it is always so hectic. Like before I've moved anywhere, actually, Rome was probably the only place that wasn't too hectic, but that's because I literally only decided like a week before. I
We
was like, oh, I'm going in a
do.
week.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you
usually,
actually did as well. Nobody
yeah,
realizes you decided to move like a week beforehand. And I was like, oh my God, do.
it was literally, yeah, I was like, it was actually 2 weeks before. Well, I always kind of I've been wanting to move since like September, but when it all came together.
I remember
But
you kept sending me like TikToks about Italy, and I was like, I actually wouldn't mind you in Rome. Do you remember you were like, imagine our summers like this? I was like, that'd be so nice. But
yeah, Italian summers.
oh, it would have been so nice. Well, you never know. If I don't like this place, I'm going to. You hear that?
No.
Hailstoning. It's
Oh
April.
yeah, my mom sent me a video. It's like so windy.
It's literally hailstoning. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Oh
How
my
was
goodness.
Colette keeping? I feel like she must have empty nest syndrome after you going as well. Because
She
there was
rang
Ben
me earlier.
before, so I feel like Ben was like the bridge when you and
No,
Jack were gone.
she rang me earlier and she was just like, there's just nothing going on here. I need to live in a cosmopolitan city.
I love her. Like, do you know what? She reminds me so much of you. I feel like that's you in a few years' time. I need to digress about this, girls, because I've been literally talking to Rebecca about it. Jojo Siwa. What the heck is all I can say? What the heck is going on there? Did you listen to the song or watch the video?
Number one, I didn't know she actually, I've seen like a few TikToks,
Yeah,
but I haven't actually, I didn't see the song. I didn't watch the video. The only thing I watched about her is
was
what astrological transits she's currently going through.
no way. And what is
And
she
it's
actually
giving
going through?
rebrand. Uranus is
Yeah.
currently conjunct her sun.
But she said, she said to an interviewer like that nobody in her generation has made that kind of a swap into like a rebrand from going from kids to what she's doing now. And like I saw some girl make a TikTok and be like, I would completely agree with that if she was doing OnlyFans and showed absolutely everything. But she created a song that said, "Karma's a bitch. I should have never effed around. Oh, karma's a bitch. If I had a wish, I wish I never effed around. Effed around. She didn't even say the word fuck." Like, I'm like, come on. And she's
Is
dry
it like
humping
a
a girl in
rock
a
song?
video. She
Is it a
no, it's not a rock song. So I don't know why she's dressed up like your man. Is it Slash or something from AC/DC or Kiss or whatever?
what age is JoJo Siwa? I
She's
guess she's just having
19.
like a massive identity.
Crisis. I mean, and I completely get that because I feel like when she was 17, like she was like forced to still do like the kids bop, like bow in the hair kind of
Yeah.
vibe, but like dry humping a dancer. It's like it's not the way, it's just not the vibes. Like, what are you doing? And like I just couldn't get over it. I was watching it being like, what the heck is going on here? And like she like got brought like 20 super fans into the studio to watch the video and they all like rocked up with like the bows in the hair. So I was like already they're too young to be watching this video. And number
Yeah.
two, she was like crying in the corner. I was like, what is going on? It's so funny. But one thing that's like really stemming out of this is like she went on the Vile Files podcast. Did you see that? And
No.
she said that she didn't mind James Charles making a video about the song or Colleen, whatever that Ballinger one. I don't even know what her last name is. They
Yeah.
both have a weird reputation anyway. She's very
Well,
close with
definitely
them.
Colleen more recently. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of
And so she gave the clear for them and she's like really close friends with them. They were there for her launch party or release party, yada yada. I don't really give a shit what it was, to be honest. But she's bashing Tana Mojo, who's like really, really backed her before, and she's just like, yeah, I just don't like how Tana did it, yada yada. I'm like,
well, she went on. That's because Tana's really good friends with Trish, and like JoJo like
yeah.
is really good friends with Colleen. But like, sorry, why would you bash Tana Mojo?
Why
Like,
would you bash Tana Mojo? She's mother. I'm sorry. Like she's younger than me and she's mother. Like
yeah, literally, like I love her. She's an icon. She's a
she's
legend.
an
She is the
icon. She's a
mom.
legend. I'm like, if there's one person you truly, truly, truly don't go for it, it's her. As in, like, you don't like, because her,
So what? She bashed Tana on the podcast.
yeah, on the Wild Files podcast. Now, to be honest with you, Rebecca, like, I've just been watching these
Yeah,
really
your
funny.
whole For You page
And
must
my
be that.
whole For You page is JoJo Siwa. And I'm like, how did I even end up here? Like, but I'm just stuck in it now at the moment. I'm like, here I am. But
This
yeah.
is why I love TikTok. My whole For You page is perfume talk, um,
Yeah.
loads of Rome videos, loads of Thailand travel videos, and loads of Brazil videos. Actually, you've
Oh my
been
God,
getting
Brazil has infiltrated my bloody thing. So you will know this. I remember actually making a mental note to myself. I was like, ask Rebecca this. What is a favelda? Or what is it?
a favela.
Favela.
What? So
Favelda.
favela is basically an area where people live in Brazil. It's more of how do I word this properly without it's
I from what I can
a low income
so
area,
yeah,
favelas.
that's what I
They're
could
ran
pick
by
up
they're ran
by
by
the
gangs.
crime. Yes, the
Yeah, yeah.
mafia.
The
That's what I
crime
was
is
picking up.
so high there. They're they're
Apparently
quite
no planning permission or anything. They just built on
oh yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, because they're yeah, like you'll see a lot of the houses are like built on top of each other, stuff like
yeah.
that. But also they are very dangerous places to go. And a lot
Mm,
of like when I because obviously my ex was Brazilian and I lived in Brazil
mm.
with Brazilians. And
And
my
I
ex
feel
is
like that is so unique. Nobody can say that they lived in Brazil with their Brazilian boyfriend. Like,
well, I'm sure other people have done it. Hold on,
yeah,
I
but
need
Rebecca, nobody I've ever heard of or seen on TikTok. Yeah, like your lore is so fucking interesting. Nobody has a more interesting lore than you do, and I will die on that hill.
I don't know. Is it I don't know. I suppose it is very interesting. I've just never thought of
Yeah.
it that way. But yeah, I suppose it is interesting
It's
lore,
so
really.
fucking interesting. Honestly, I'm like, that is so good.
But
Like,
I'll never forget, like, some people like tour favelas
mm,
and you don't tour favelas. Like, you can't,
yeah.
you can tour favelas, but like,
I've seen
favelas are
TikToks of
very
people
much so
touring
like,
them.
if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, and especially the ones in Rio. Like
Yeah.
his dad wouldn't even take, I don't know why I'm calling him Vinny's dad, wouldn't even take me, the guy who walked out on me in Dubai, by the way. Um, his dad wouldn't even take me into Rio de Janeiro city because he was,
Yeah, I've heard that like I've seen so many people because I went on a deep dive and then I went on to naturally Reddit
Mhm.
and it was like people saying like I'm from Rio and I wouldn't even go into Rio city center, like why are you going to the favelas like or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like Vinny's dad was like, no, we're not taking her into
Yeah.
Rio. And of course, there's safe ways to tour it. And like, it's such a
Mm,
beautiful place. And Brazil is amazing. And
yeah.
Brazilians are amazing. But there is definitely like a dangerous side. And you have to be so aware of your surroundings.
Mm,
And so I went to Cabo Frio in Ariel do Cabo, which was like uh, amazing, like beautiful. And
mm,
that's in Rio de Janeiro state, but
yeah.
it's not in Rio City. But
Yeah.
like, I'll never forget, like, Vinny used to always be like, I don't understand why people would tour favelas. Like,
It's
you
crazy.
don't tour the favelas as like a gringa, like, which is like a white person that's like a
Yeah.
gringo or a gringa. But like,
Is that
it's,
what that was? I was always like, what's a gringo? It's a white
yeah,
person, a guy,
a
and
white,
then gringa is a girl.
yeah, a white girl.
That's so
So
funny.
you just don't do it. Like you can do it, but like it's not for show. Like this is how people actually live.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? Something just doesn't fucking sit right with me with people wanting to like go to like, areas where there's like obviously crime gangs being run and other people have to live that daily life all the time.
And
I
like
think that
making
there's
it
something
content.
so like, yeah, I'm just like, you get to go there and be like, wow, that's crazy and leave. But that's some people's everyday life. And like the fact that you've made this a tourist thing, I'm like,
The tourist, the capitalizing tourist of it all, just
it's the same thing as when people go to Berlin and they take pictures at the memorial thing of like how many families were lost in the Holocaust, the family names, and people take pictures with the pillars, and I'm like, are you are you socially aware? Are you reading the room? Like that's not something to take a picture with. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, what is going on?
yeah,
Um,
I feel like when you go places and you travel and you experience the culture,
Mm.
there's such a fine line between experiencing the culture and immersing yourself in the culture and being aware and
But
learning
being
about the culture and
respectful to culture as well, I think, is the most
respect.
important thing. And I feel like a lot of people don't have that. I'm like, you
Yeah,
need to.
no, 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 it is very strange. But Brazil is stunning, beautiful, gorgeous,
I'm
amazing.
so on the Brazil side of the TikTok and the
It
songs.
was my friend. He texted
I'm
one of
hooked.
my
I'm like,
Italian friends.
what?
He
And
texted
then
Ricardo, texted into the group chat and was like, "When are we going to Brazil?"
no, I love it. I'm so hooked on it. Like I keep seeing, the people dancing in the street and all that. Like
And that's
that's
so
a bit of
real.
me.
Like I was living in Praia de Costa, which is in Villa Bella, and it has like a big long strip along the beach, and like you'll
Wow.
go out in the evening time, people are like doing the like dance fish like on the beach, like people are dancing on the beach, people are playing volleyball, like
And I love that they're all
Brazilian
just
way of
walking around
life.
in like flip-flops all the time. All of them from what I seen. I was like, I wouldn't walk like two steps because my toes would be hurting me, but you're just like walking everywhere in them.
Sorry, did I ever tell you about the time I was in Australia and it was early stages dating Vinny.
Vinny. Yeah.
He took me on he was like, we're going on a surprise road trip today, whatever.
Oh,
And he didn't tell me what it was. And just, I was like, is this outfit okay? So I was wearing a maxi skirt,
yeah.
flip flops. Okay.
Okay. I'm like waiting for the punch. The skirt,
Right.
if you're doing a
Because
walk
he was
already, is
also
throwing
wearing
me
flip
off.
flops. Because he was
Okay.
like Havaianas, they like,
They
they're
wear them
so
all the
much
time.
cheaper in Brazil.
Yeah, they're a big thing over there. They're like 17 € in Ireland, which is everything in
They're
Ireland's so
more.
expensive to
I
be
think
fair.
they're like 30, 40. Like in
Yeah,
Brazil,
oh,
you can
they are
like
now, but when I used to
€40.
work in lifestyle sports, I remember they were like 17. And just to put into perspective, girls, I worked in lifestyle sports in 2024 or 2014. 10 years ago, I
10
was
years ago.
18. I'm whatever now. I'm like trying not to get the
28.
brand on screen that I'm like pouring the drink from. I'm like, do. Sorry, guys. You can't hear that,
No,
can you?
no, I can't hear a thing.
Okay,
But
thank
so
God.
basically, he takes me on this trip.
Hmm.
If anyone is listening in Australia, the figure of eight pools. They're gorgeous in
Yeah.
Australia. It's like these pools, these natural pools, like in the ground.
Kind of
whatever.
like Paul Gurm. Or is it like Lantonas?
Algorithm. Yeah. Figure of
Paul
eight
Gurm.
pools, they're gorgeous.
Mm.
A hike down and back up.
No. Do you know
I was in,
what? Did you do it?
I did it. I cried on the way back.
No, see now. This is where you and I differ. Like, there's no way, even if I wanted to impress a man, and read my lips when I say this, I would never, ever hike up anything for any man, any woman, love nor money. I'm not climbing up anything. I would
No,
never.
it was actually down. So it was like all
The
paths
down
all
is
the way
worse than
down.
going up. I always say to the girls,
But it was like a walk. Like
yeah,
it wasn't more very much so a hike. It was more of a walk. And it was like all but there was step and it's not the thing you do in flip-flops. But
no.
because he's Brazilian, they do every like he
They
was
do
like
everything
climbing
in flip
across the
flops.
rocks, like
Yeah.
but also he had the Havaianas, the good flip-flops on. I probably had like cotton on or
Yeah.
like not cotton, like Target flip-flops on,
But you know
you know.
what? What had killed me there now as well. And also,
River.
I don't know if you're wide to this because I know that you're going to be coming into the summertime in Italy, and I swear by this product. Any girl who's got thick thighs, because me and Rebecca have big bums, so we naturally have thick thighs. Aquaphor, girls, it's your only one. I went to a festival last year wearing shorts. I'm not joking. All it took was one glide of Aquaphor on the inside of each thigh. I was walking around for 16 hours. 16 hours,
Hey,
no
I
chafe.
usually do deodorant. I do
I used to do
uh
talcum powder. Doesn't cut the same. The Aquaphor down in between the thighs, no chub rub. And I was like, I'm not joking. When I move, I'm gonna be shipping that back to you in quantity. Like it is, I'm sure you could get it on Amazon anyway, but it's very cheap over where I'm going. Oh my God. Like
yeah, Aquaphor.
I
No, you can get it the Eucerin one, isn't it?
is that
Eucerin?
Eucerin Aquaphor? It's the same branding kind of
I
a
think
thing.
so. Yeah, I think it
Wow.
is.
Well, anyway, I love it. Every time I'm in the States, I literally like stock up. Like, I'm not joking. It's the best thing. Like, me and all the girls are like, okay, we went over, it was me, Dave, and Courtney. We were like, we need to get melatonin, Aquaphor, and we need to
You
get,
can buy melatonin here.
can you? They give me crazy dreams. I've just been taking the
I've
Nitol
never taken
recently.
it.
Oh my God, crazy dreams. So, melatonin, Nitol, and we get the T whitening strips. There, every time we go to the States, that's all we come back with. Everyone's like, do you buy anything? We're like, no. Like,
I need to get Crest whitening strips again.
they're so good. I'll send them back to you from where I am because they'll have the good shit. That'll be like in the post, sending you a letter every month to be like, okay, you're gonna have to pay the import duty, but here you go.
Oh my God, a letter. Yeah, you could just write me a
Yeah, I
letter
know because
and
you
just
love
put a few
letters.
strips inside.
So yeah, a few strips and being like, love you, girl.
Because with the Crest teeth whitening strips now, they do make your teeth quite sensitive.
But they're very sensitive. Now, so
But
I found that the CVS ones, you can get like CVS ones and they're not as, they don't make your teeth as sensitive, but they make them as white.
that's good because
Mm.
I feel like you only need like one or two rounds of Crest and you're done.
Done.
Like
I
you don't
agree.
need the
I
14
agree.
days.
I saw the ones that was like, oh my God, like really strong can bring them like so many shades wider. And I'm like, you actually don't need that because nobody's teeth are supposed to be glow in the dark. Like, and I'm saying that to everyone who goes and gets those turkey
Yeah.
teeth and comes back and you can see them in the dark. The best composite bonding I've ever seen done has been on like two people close to me, and you wouldn't even know that they have them done. I'm not
That's
joking.
what you
You,
want. Yeah, like I don't want my teeth. I like white teeth, but like
mm,
there's a line.
mm.
There's such a line.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But yeah, I'll send them back to you when I go over. But girls, coming into summer, Aquaphor, I swear, it's like my holy grail. I would go without everything, but I would not go out with Aquaphor and
I just
Meltol.
do stick deodorant like a roll on, not like spray deodorant.
Same.
So
I
like
suppose that's the same. Yeah, same
The Dove
thing.
stick deodorant, game changer. And usually I do it. And I actually went outside today because I'm wearing a maxi skirt because I went to the market.
Yeah,
It hasn't been hot enough in Rome to like do that yet. And then I
yeah.
went outside today and I was like, oh,
You know what? I feel
made
like
a mental note from now
girls
on.
never talk about things like that, like about like chub rub and stuff. I remember I didn't really know about it until I went on holidays with the girls years ago, and like we were walking, they obviously didn't have thick thighs. Like, because
Yeah.
in fairness, like there could be an orbit around our arses. They're so big. Like,
But
do you
I
know what I
think as
mean?
well,
But
like
like,
some people with curves, like some
yeah,
people get it really worse than others. And it's just kind of the
yeah.
way your legs are
And
shaped.
my legs go in, and I think it's because my hips are so wide. I don't know what it is, but like I remember being like really embarrassed that I was the one that was getting chub rub and like my friends weren't. And then like as I got older and I was telling like people, I was like, "Do you know what? No, because like if I say it, then other people definitely have it. Like it's just nobody that's
Yeah.
like immediate, like that I'm immediately close with." And I said it, like I remember I put it on my close friends one day and a few of the girls were replying being like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I'm gonna like pop this up or whatever." But I
Yeah.
swear on my life, Act 4 is so, so good. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I used to always be like, "Oh, I need to like get rid of the inside of my thigh, or I need to do da 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 and fix this, this,
Yeah.
and this." And I'm like, no, I was perfectly made this way. I'm gonna keep my body this way. And like I know I've said, I don't know if I brought up before that I went to get a nose job consultation on the podcast. Did I say this to you, or was it just to you I
You
said it to?
told me, I don't know, did you tell the pod?
I went to get a nose job consultation because right, this side of my nose is perfect, and that's why me and Rebecca always swapped sides on the podcast because we've the same good side, which is
Left.
natural because anyone that I'm good friends with has the same good side as me. It's just like a common theme,
Yeah.
like. But I used to do disco dance back in the day, and I got a kick in the nose, and it's broken this way, so it's like deviated, the septum's even deviated, because when I went to go get it checked, he was like, "Oh yeah, we would have to like realign the bone because it's completely like broken."
Ugh.
And I feel like
Ow.
I was just like thing, but then I was like, no, because I don't want my daughter in years to come to look at my face and be like, "Mom, I don't look like you." And I'll be like, "You do, darling, you've got my nose, and if you want to get rid of it, I will help you." Do you know what I mean? Because I didn't get rid of mine, so you wouldn't question me being like, "I don't look like you, mom." You do. You got my nose, darling. You have it. And that's what I was like. I don't want my daughter to look at me and be like,
Wait, that's so
I
cute.
know I don't want my daughter to look at me and be
My
like, "Oh,
darling.
my yeah, I don't want her to look at me in the future." And this is saying if I'm blessed with a daughter, which I hope I am, being like, "Oh, I don't look like you, mom," and I just don't want her to feel like she doesn't look like me. So I was like, I'm not changing anything. She's gonna see me in all my curves and be like, "That's I look like my mom."
Wait, that's so cute. That's so
Girl.
wholesome.
I know. I'm so ready to be a mommy. It's so funny.
You
One
really
listener to
are.
this podcast, she is a mom, and she's like, "I just know you're exactly like me. I always said it. I always wanted to be a mom." And then she became a mom, and she's like, "It's honestly the best thing that's ever happened to me." And I was like, "I just know that that's going to be me." When it happens.
That's so cute.
I
I
just have
love
to
I
tolerate a
think
man long enough.
I think a lot of people that's why I'm like, "Ooh, I don't know," because I think you either have a very strong
I don't
maternal.
know though, because I've had friends who didn't have a maternal instinct and then they met the right man and they said, "Oh wow, like I love this person. I want a family with them." You know what I mean?
Yeah, but then I think some people like don't have it and they're like made
And
feel
that's
bad for it. And I'm
fine.
like, yeah,
Yeah, no, but it's so fine to not as well. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
also, I don't think
Anytime
anybody
to
like
do it.
turned 18 and automatically was like, "I want to be a mom the way I did." I just like that wasn't normal. I've just always wanted to
I
be a
know
mother.
Kylie
Like,
Jenner did. Kylie Jenner wanted to be a
yeah,
mom for
like, and
like
I feel
it's
like
the
I could have
cancer
really.
placements.
It must be the cancer. Is that must be the maternal drive in me? I'm pure like, but I feel like I'm
But
very
yeah,
motherly to
because
my friends as well. Do you know what I mean? Like I mind them,
yeah.
and I'm like, if there's something not wrong, right, I'll be checking in on them all the time, and like, I have that instinct in me naturally, like to be really like coddle
Yeah,
people,
even
like.
today in your voice note, you were like, you said something about my back or something.
Yeah, like, see,
So
this
good
is the
that you
thing I
got to think
worry.
with the back. I know. I was like, she sounds
Yeah.
like such a mom. I love it.
I know. I'm always like, because even when my friends get sick, I'm like, "And how are you keeping it? You all right?" Like, I really, and I always say to my mom, like, because my mom mithers. My mom, my brother, they like really, really worry about things that like really aren't going to affect them. And I'm always like, you're mithering, like stop mithering. But then I find when it comes to my friends, I'm like, "You're okay, don't worry, yada yada." But I also keep such a calm head. If something goes wrong, I'm like, "We'll fix this, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay." And I'm like, that is literally where the maternal instinct to me is coming out. And I'm like, could you imagine when I have a child? I'm gonna smother her with love, or him or her. I'm gonna be like, "Oh my God." Mommy syndrome, unlike girls, like be prepared to be sick of me because we are never giving up this podcast. So the day I become a mom, that's my whole personality on this podcast. I'll be like, "So guys, I got this great thing the last day.
You should become a mommy blogger,
I'll be a mommy blogger," but it's
but
so
like
funny.
a mommy blogger that, you know,
Yeah, no, I'll keep my child
focus on the
completely
mom
private.
side of it as
Yeah,
opposed
I'll be
to,
like, "Girl, get that big glass of mommy wine." I'll get like branded mommy wine glasses and they're like a full liter.
I love that for you. I can see the brand now.
I know, same. And Rebecca would be like, "Oh, we can do this, this, and this." Do you know what's so weird? I've been thinking about my friends' weddings the last day because I don't know if you're on wedding side of TikTok. I am. I'm like
No,
heavily on wedding side of TikTok. And I just keep thinking like, okay, like this is what I'm gonna do on mine. And the girls are gonna be doing this. And I'm like, it's so funny because I'm like, okay, well, I want my girls to look their best. What am I gonna do in terms of that? And it's just so funny because I'm just like, when I get married, I'm gonna make it dramatic. Not dramatic in the sense it's gonna be so small, like 50 people.
that's what I was saying recently.
50,
Teeny.
50 people, tiny, tiny, but like violins as I walk down the aisle.
Taylor
Like,
Swift on the violence.
I've
I
literally Vivaldi Spring reimagined on while I walk down the thing. No, that's when I come into the banquet hall. Banquet hall, there's about 50 fucking
50
people. It's my
people.
family, like. And it's so funny because before I was like, I'll get married in a registry office and then I'll do a huge party for my friends and close family, of course. And I just realized now I'm a woman of God, I'll have to get married in a church. And like I've said to Rebecca, like literally since we got close, I was like, I would rather die than stand on an altar and profess my love in to a man
You did.
in
You've said
front.
that so many times.
I've said it so many times, and now I'm like, I have to do it.
Do you know what? I actually saw, speaking of
I have
registry
to.
office, I saw I think it was an Australian, I think she might be a blogger. I saw
Mm.
the TikTok last night because I'm actually not on wedding TikTok, but this did come up. It was her 30th birthday.
Oh
And
wow.
so she was celebrating her 30th birthday, and a video was playing of like her as a baby.
Did you
But then
send
it
this to
glitched.
me?
No, I don't think I
I've
did.
seen this,
And
but I
it
didn't finish it.
glitches in. It glitches in. It says earlier this day, and it glitches in her getting married. She got married, yeah, to her fiance that day, but told no one. But then the night's her 30th birthday, and they're all actually celebrating her wedding as well. It was so cute. And I was like, that's
No,
such
I'm
a lovely
actually
idea. So it was
why
like
do I have
earlier
so
in the day,
much
it
in
was
my
like
bucket
her,
list?
your man, and both their parents, and
Oh
they
my
just did the
God.
registry office thing. But then that night, it's her 30th birthday, and all her
That's
friends and
so
family are
something
there,
I would do.
and they're all so excited, and they all get to celebrate. And I was like, that's so
Do
nice.
you know what? I was like, that's what I want to do until when we went to the wedding last August, to
Oh,
see
abroad.
Abby's sister get married, Becca. Oh my God, like first of all, I cannot explain how much I love Abby's family. Like they are truly like I've never ever seen like my family gel so well to anyone in my whole entire life. Like they really are the Scottish version of us. Like we get on so so well. And Abby obviously was like, that day, like there was like one or two things going wrong or whatever. I was in the hotel and Abby had texted me and was like, hey sis, because like we call each other sis, because I always say I've always wanted a sister, and Abby is better
Mm.
than any sister I could have ever in a million years imagined having. Like Abby has superseded it. Like she's amazing. And I'm always like, hey sis, like when we're texting, I'm like, oh hey sissy, like whatever. And she's like, hey sis, how are you? And I was like, good girl, how are you? Like, for some reason that day I said, you know what, I'm just gonna start getting ready really early. And like I
Mm-hmm.
did, I was ready before everyone else. She's like, is there any chance you would be able to do me a favor? And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, what's going on? And she was like, would you print off Becca's vows? She like that for some reason the printer wasn't working where they were, or something happened. Becca didn't have her vows basically for Alex. And I was like, of course. And I literally went down to the reception and I was like, you need to print these for me and you need to put them in an envelope. And I was like, do different kind of size text because I don't know what she needs. All I know is she needs them.
Does she need big? Does she have good vision? Is it
Yeah.
2020?
And then next minute coming down, my brother to the print. What are you doing here? I was like, I'm printing off the vows. What are you doing here? I'm getting a picture of Becca's granddad printed so she can wear it in a locket going down because they'd lost their granddad and they wanted him to be there. And I was like, that is so romantic. I don't have time to cry because I don't have time to fix my makeup. And anyway, they got married in this stunning villa in Spain, like on the mountains. Like it was
Gorge.
like I can't even explain how gorgeous it was. Like it like and I hate the heat, but it turned me like I was like, maybe I would do a hot wedding, like you never know. But like I was like in a long dress, in heels, by the way. I was like you might as well have said, Alexa, play. She's a runner, she's a track star. And I went legging it from one side of the villa to the other to get up to the bridal suite, and I knocked on the door, and like I had like seen Becca in her dress before she'd even showed like the bridesmaids. I was like, "You look like a princess." And I was like, "Abby, here's the house. Okay, I'll see you in a minute." And I like ran away, and I was just like, "How magical is that? That like she gets to like, show her friends and her family like what she looks like privately before she walks down the aisle." And because I witnessed that one moment of seeing her in the dress and seeing her with her sister,
Yeah.
like tying the back of her dress, I was like, I want that when I get married. And I was like, okay, I'm doing a wedding because there's no way. Before I was like, I'll just do registry office, but I was like, that magic and like that seeing that like between
Yeah.
actual sisters, I was like, that is so beautiful.
So
And
cute.
then I laid it down afterwards, and it was so hot. I'll never forget my brother had like this electronic fan, and
Mm.
he was like trying to like cool himself down because girls, like, it was like 32 degrees, and we are whiter than white. I'm not joking. I
It
can't
was
handle the
August,
heat.
wasn't it?
And it
Like
was like
late August.
30th of August, I think. Yeah, it was like bang on it, like as in the grass was burnt. It
Yeah.
was so hot, like, do you know what I mean? And I was like, like all our makeups were patchy because like nobody had prepared for that kind of a weather. And um, my brother like tried to put on the fan, and he had like recorded this song for them walking down the aisle. I'll actually play a clip of it now in a second.
Oh,
But
that's so cute.
I know, so Becca walked down the aisle to a song that Connor had recorded specifically for them. So it was their song from some program. I can't remember what it was a Big Bang Theory or something.
Oh, it
And
was like a random like song like
but
that.
it
So
was like uh You're Simply the Best, but a different version of it. And when she walked down the aisle, Connor went to turn his fan off, and during the ceremony because it was so loud. So I had like this. This actually is from the wedding, but it isn't the one with the Becca and Alex. Oh, printed on it. But it was so funny because I was literally like standing there like this, like fanning myself, and then like turning over to my brother and fanning my brother and coming back. It was so funny. But this is the song.
need you when my heart's on fire. Oh, that's so
Come to
cute.
me while the wire, and I'm stuck on your heart. I hang on every word you say. So cute. So
That's so cute.
she walked down the aisle to that song, and like I was literally holding in the tears. I was like, oh my God, this is so cute. But anyway, I'm so excited to, because right, basically, obviously I'm moving, guys. But Becca and Alex are two very talented individuals, and I always say to them like that, like, everyone's gonna like have kids. And like Connor and Abby, I don't know if anyone knows this. Abby's a fucking phenomenal singer as well. Um, Connor and Abby are going to have a kid who's going to be supremely talented. Becca and Alex are going to have a kid that's like supremely talented. And then my kid's going to, like, they'll all be singing, like dancing, everything. And my kid's going to come out and be like, "Hey, mom, I found a stick." And I'll be like, "That's a great stick, darling. You did a very good job today."
You're such a good dancer though.
Well, true, actually, maybe it is the dancer, but Becca is, oh my God, why do I keep forgetting who she is in Greece? Becca's going on tour with Greece between the UK and Ireland, and
Oh,
I'm
like
seeing
Broadway
her.
vibes?
Oh yeah, I was in like West End. She is Rizzo in Greece. And she's doing 2 weeks in the Borgosh Theatre, and then they're doing UK and Ireland, so I get to see her before I
Slay.
go be Rizzo, and I'm so excited.
Where I love that. I was
Yeah.
Rizzo.
Where are you,
We
Rizzo?
did Grace in the mobile home. We performed a whole thing. Every
Love
summer we
that.
used to do a show and I was Rizzo.
Actually, I think the first fella I ever texted was from your mobile home area.
You're simply the best.
Better than all the rest. I love seeing people surprising their family coming home from Australia. Literally makes my whole life. Wish
Surprising.
some of my friends would fucking do it. Hint, hint. None of my friends have ever surprised me coming home from somewhere. I literally take a week off work and just like drive them around everywhere they wanted to go, but not one person has done that for me. Not you, because I can fly to you. It's fine. I mean, like people 24 hours away. I
Yeah, I think the surprising coming home of it all is so cute.
think it's so cute.
So cute.
Yeah. I know, be stunning. We actually did it to my parents before. Mom thought I was bringing a fella back to the house right before dinner, or bringing a fella to dinner and just using it as a surprise to introduce them. It was Connor. Like we brought him home for my dad's birthday last year.
Wait,
Um,
that's so
I
cute.
know, and I collected him, and I was like, sorry guys, I'm just going to get eyelashes in town. And then his flight was fucking delayed. And I was like, typical Stansted
Typical.
getting delayed, like.
Typical.
And then we ended up, I ended up like coming in and he was getting out of the car. I was like rolled down the seat. So Connor was like lying in the seat coming up. And I got out of the car and I was like, you're all right, Dad. And Dad was smoking a cigarette and Connor got out and was like, well, he goes, Jesus fucking Christ. I was like, keep it down because we want to surprise Mom. We were going up the stairs and I was like, Mom, you doing your makeup? Because she does the makeup in the hall. She's like, yeah. And we were walking up the stairs and Connor like giggled. And she was like, is a fella here? And there was another step and Mom was like, is that my boy? And I was like,
Like
it's like
that's so
worth it, but I felt so guilty because I'd booked us all in for dinner. And my mom was delighted. She was like, "My daughter booked us to go get dinner," and I was like, "I don't do this enough.
like
I need to do this more."
oops.
Oops, I did it again.
I have a cockroach update
Oh no,
for the
please update the
pod.
podcast. I can't.
So
Mm-mm-mm.
about a
Mommy's gonna
month
need some
ago,
wine for this.
was it a month ago? Yeah,
It was a month ago. It was like 4 weeks ago, I think,
I think
definitely.
it was like 6 because it was cockroach gate and laptop gate in
Yeah,
the
but
same week.
I feel like that was
I
the
feel like
start
that,
of March, was it?
I don't know,
I
time is
feel like
flying.
if time is flying. Time flies when you're getting older.
I thought you were about to say time flies when you're having fun. No, time flies
Mm-mm.
when you're getting older.
Yep.
Anyways, Cockroach Gate hadn't seen one since initial Cockroach Gate, which I was like, great. It was obviously only one.
Mm.
Stunning, beautiful, gorgeous, amazing.
Stunning.
So fast forward to when Josh was here on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We all went out, and one of the lads told me, he was like, by the way, I went into the bathroom and there was 4 cockroaches.
Yeah,
4.
I know.
So
That was
he
bad.
is an angel. He doesn't care about cockroaches.
He's
So
a man also. Let's just
he, yeah, number one, he's a man, but number two, they just don't. I feel like an Irish guy would kind of be afraid of them though,
yeah, but
because we're just not used to
you're
them.
telling me I had to get a moth out of my brother's bathroom before.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Connor
hate
would come in
moths.
and be
They're
like,
scary.
Neil, now in fairness to Connor, I'm petrified of wasps. And one day, for some fucking reason, the queen wasp decided to fly into my room, so a whole fucking swarm. I was bawling. I was like, I can never go back into my room. When my brother went in and he got all of them out, but he can't deal with moths for some reason, like huge
No,
ones. Whereas
moths
I'm
kind
just
of
like,
freak me out as well.
no wasps. I can't. Wasps are but blue bottles. But sorry to interrupt you. You
Ugh,
carry on about the
no,
cockroach
you're
gate.
so fine. So he was like, I got rid of them, whatever. So my landlord was here and I mentioned it and he was like, oh, it's probably like my apartment is attached to a patio kind of garden
Yeah,
situation.
you're on the ground
So
floor,
he's like,
like yeah,
they're probably, he was like, if you're leaving the windows open when it's dark, because obviously cockroaches are nocturnal, he was
yeah.
like, they're obviously slipping in like some way.
Mm.
And he was like, just get a few traps. Like they're not that common initially. So you should be fine. And I was like, yeah, I don't think they're that common because I saw one like 6 weeks ago and I hadn't seen any since.
Yeah,
So it
yeah, yeah,
obviously,
yeah. But it's
so
getting hotter now, so they're probably trying
yeah.
to come in.
So the other morning, it's about 6 a.m. and I'm going to the bathroom and I get to the bathroom door and I just have this feeling. And I'm like,
There's one
I
here.
just had a feeling going into the toilet. And then I was like, no. So I'm walking to the toilet. Next thing, a cockroach runs out in front of me. I'm like, oh. So I start spraying it with the bleach because the bleach
Yeah.
bottle is like close.
Yeah.
I start spraying it with the bleach and it like runs in beside my washing machine. Now I'm dying to pee as well.
Yeah, I know.
So I look at it beside the washing machine. I'm like, okay, it's not moving. Maybe the bleach kind of stunned it a bit. So it's like, I like looked at it for a few seconds, wasn't moving at all. I sprayed it more with bleach, wasn't moving. So I was like, right, I have to pee. I considered not peeing and like I was like, do I have
Can I
like
hold it? Like,
can
no,
I
you
hold it
can't.
for a few hours? Like, do I have a plastic bottle somewhere in the apartment? Like, can I?
Wait, no. It's downstairs. Somebody flushed the toilet. I was like, I hate talking about bugs because they give me the heebie-jeebies. I was like,
I
what the?
know. So I go to the toilet. I'm like, great. I'm walking back past the washing machine on the way out of the bathroom, look in. It's still there. I'm like, great, it's obviously dead. Next thing, it starts
No.
running at me. I don't know why they always run at me, but anyway, it starts running at me. I scream. I'm like, what? So anyway, my friend comes over. He kills it, whatever. Great. So that
Yeah.
day, I
Great
take it
guy.
upon
Great
myself.
guy, honestly.
Great
Fair
guy.
play.
We love him. that day I take it upon myself. I'm like, this can't be a reoccurring theme. I can't be afraid to go to the bathroom. I love
Yeah.
my bathroom. Like I want it to be my safe space. I want my
Mm.
apartment to like I have to take this into my own hands. So I go to the
All right,
shop.
can we please insert the videos that you sent me? Because I don't think
Yeah,
people are gonna
I will.
realize like the level of what you did.
The level. I go to the
So
shop. I
funny.
spend €25, which in Italy is like in Ireland, you buy like two things for that.
Yeah.
€25 on cockroach prevention, killing, exterminating all of the products. I think I buy like six different things. I bought powders, I bought heavy duty sprays.
No, guys, like as in like this would give an average person like probably amnesia from how strong the fumes would be off the shit that she was doing. Like I was like, you're gonna have memory loss, but okay. Okay.
So first thing, I go out into my patio. There's it's this powder stuff. It's
Mm.
like white powder, and it's for cockroaches. Scarfagia in Italian, because
Ooh.
I'm Scarfagia.
You need to
Anyway,
fucking do Rosetta and learn Italian. You're literally living in the country. What are you
I'm
doing?
picking up, yeah, no, I'm picking up some words. I can understand a lot of it more now. So I get the powder and I can actually still see it on my windows as I'm looking up now. So I go ham, like all the
Yeah.
border of where they would come in the windows or like, because they obviously creep in, they can like, ugh,
Yeah.
they can
Oh,
get in.
guy.
Ugh.
Mm-mm-mm. No,
So I
thank
put all
you.
the powder around. I have these like eucalyptus tabs because they don't like the smell of like eucalyptus or
Yeah.
peppermint. I put them all around and I go on the inside of the windows, put the eucalyptus tabs. I have this like spray that prevents them for a month. The whole apartment's like fumigated because I'm like, I don't want them to get in. And also, maybe there's one or two like hiding
Yeah.
wherever they be hiding. Um,
Wherever they be at.
but like the landlord has came and like moved the dishwasher. Like it's not like there's loads of them like living behind something or anything.
Mm.
And like I keep the apartment so clean. I'd be like washing floors, whatever. So on the inside and the outside, it is barricaded. I
Yeah.
go out the next morning because I'm like, let me investigate. Anything happen? There is a one singular dead
You
cockroach
didn't even
on.
update me on this fucking side of it. There
Oh,
was dead
sorry. I'll
cockroaches. So
send.
that was where it was coming in from.
Yeah, outside. So I was
Stop.
delighted on the wind, like
Like,
outside. Like he was obviously trying to make his way into coming in, and it was the bathroom window
was it
section as
what
well.
so it wasn't the tube.
No, it wasn't the tube.
Fuck, I thought it would have been the tube.
I thought it was the tube too.
But I said I when you were like, how could it come in? There's a net. I know that they can squeeze themselves into anything. It's
Eek.
just fucking disgusting, but they can't.
It's vile. So, ugh. And
I
sometimes we
just
do keep the
can't.
windows open at nighttime, but not anymore.
No. What are you gonna do
So
during the heat? Like I feel like because your basement though, like it will be cooler, will it?
it will be cooler because today was very warm and like my apartment's so cool.
Thank God.
So there was a dead cockroach outside.
Mm.
So I was like, this is so, like, I felt so good. I was like, what a win. This morning, I go into my bathroom and there's a dead cockroach inside by the sink, like on the floor. But I'm like, this is great. He obviously came out from his hiding place because I have powder now all over the bathroom, like all beside the washing machine, like all like
Thank God you figured
beside the
out this
press.
method before I arrived because I would scream your apartment complex and I'd be like,
Yeah. So I went into the bathroom this morning and it was just dead on the
no,
floor. So I was like, this is great. That means, but it's
it's
only like
working.
one. And then there was one outside. So I'm like, and all the things I bought like prevent them for like a month.
Well, at
But
least it's a
and I
month,
have a
fucking
spray. So
hell.
every time I go into the bathroom, I have the spray can in hand.
Well, I'll be doing that because
Anything.
I pee all through the night as well.
Yeah, because this is the thing. I'm like, I don't care. Because up until now, I didn't have like a because the cockroach killing sprays get them in like 2 seconds flat, like they're gone.
Yeah,
But I didn't have that before. That was my
I
issue.
know. I know. Thank God you have it now and you know all the tricks because you've looked them up.
Oh, and peppermint, they hate essential oil. So I have
I
peppermint
love peppermint.
essential oil. Yeah, and
I love
peppermint makes the
peppermint.
place smell gorge, like minty fresh.
Gorge, minty
So
fresh.
that is the update. I'm so now
Oh my God,
because
and you dyed your hair jet black. Was that in between the last episode or no, it
oh yeah, I
wasn't?
box dyed my hair.
Yeah, you
I don't
did.
know, but it didn't like it wasn't like a very intense box dye. and I didn't
You
leave it
look,
on very long. I
I
just
feel
wanted
like the
to like,
dark hair is just so fucking you. Like, I don't know. I don't think you should ever go back light, to be honest.
no,
And
I'm
I don't
not.
think I should go either.
No,
Once this
I've
goes
left
out
the
to my
big
natural
pen
color, that's
streaks
that.
behind. I really
Although
have.
I have an idea for your birthday for the podcast,
What?
but I need it to be a surprise when I do it. Well, we need to record the podcast episode on Zoom, obviously, because we'll be drunk. Although I think we could do a vlog while we're together over in thing.
Yeah, we could do a live pod like in my sitting room
Oh, we
on those two
could.
chairs.
While we're drinking.
Could.
Although,
Yeah. Get ready with us.
yeah, get ready with us.
Yeah.
OOTD.
OOTD. Yeah,
um,
we'll do something.
can I
But yeah,
also
so that's
say,
the
I thought that
Roachgate
when
update.
you moved and I was moving, so it would be online, that we would lose a lot of listeners. But guys, you're fucking loyal. I have to give it to you.
Yeah.
You're loyal. Like
And I feel like
I
the pod is still going really well,
Still
like
really
this
well,
way.
guys. I thought once we weren't in the same room as each other that it would fall off a cliff. But no, you guys are honestly so cute. And I feel like so many of you are so comfortable to write to me. And I don't know about Rebecca. I assume they're comfortable enough to write to you. I'd be texting everybody back in my inbox being like, hey girl. But
I'm so bad with messages. I'm not
yeah,
even gonna
guys, and if she
lie.
doesn't reply, can I just say text me because I have to literally FaceTime Rebecca if something's urgent. I'm like, hello, ring ring, answer your phone. But
Do you know what it is? Instagram does this thing with my request section. I
it does it
can't
with
see all
mine
my
as well.
requests.
I can't either, but thankfully one or two see through. And sometimes I'll be like, I'll pop up a story being like, guys, if you've messaged me, you know, please try again because I can't see because it does this thing where it hides some of them.
Yeah, it does like top requests and all requests.
And you know what
But
I
like,
find it's doing to the podcast page? Because one girl wrote to us saying, oh, it wasn't a bank holiday or whatever. And I wrote back 2 days later because it didn't come up until the day.
see,
And it was
I
like the
either as
weekend
well,
after it.
if someone messages me, I will either reply instantly in that second
Or
or
never. Yeah, that lads, I can't even explain that's Rebecca Lore. Whereas me, when I see it, I'm gonna text you, and if it's a long thing, I'm gonna message you back. Like it's crazy. It's so cute though, because I feel like there's a few girls from the podcast that like listen to it for a while now, and I'll be commenting on their Instagram pages and everything. I'm like, slay girl.
yeah, one of the what last week something happened that I put up my close friend story and you were like, "Oh my God, she's a podcast
She's a
listener."
podcast listener, and I
I
was
can't
like,
say
that's
because it's
no,
a
we
surprise.
can't.
I don't want to ruin her surprise, but
Yeah, but
yeah.
I was like, oh my God. I was like crying. I was like, I fucking love our girlies. Honestly, I wish we could sit down in one room with all the girls because
Sorry.
there's
Speaking
over
of
500 and something of you at the least a week. If we could just sit down with all of you and just chat
and
to you
have the
directly,
chats,
I would love that. I'd be like, girls, da
we
da
can
da.
go on tour
Some week
someday.
we could. And girls, sometimes like we pop up an episode and we're like, oh shit. And it's like the episode's like 1,000 and something in like 3 days. And we're like, oh fuck, who's after listening to that now? But I'm like, no, because our girly pops that listen all the time, we're listening and saying, and even when we've died off on the Instagram, because I'm busy at work and Rebecca's busy at work, y'all are still listening. And I just love you guys.
Do
I
you know
love
what?
you
I do love
outside the
us for being
mother.
very consistent on the Wednesday of it all.
We'd never
We
let you
post like
down.
two.
Yeah, and even if it's work, like we'll be like, okay, we need to put at least an hour aside to get the
Yeah,
girls, to
and
get
we
it out
do
for the
do it.
girls.
And also, sorry, speaking of sitting down with the girls and going on tour and everything, did you see? Maybe you didn't. Tana Mojo made over 1 million on merch on their podcast tour. Just merch.
Was it not her and Brooke though?
Yeah, yeah, but like it was Tana who said it on the podcast. Like they made over 1 million
Well, they
on
deserve it. Although
merch.
we should do merch.
I know we
Really
should do
funny
merch.
ones.
I've
We
been
were talking
really
about
into logo tees recently as well.
guys, I'm not joking. The last day I had a really rough week, girls. I'll be so real with you. This is like an extra long podcast. Did not expect this tonight, but anyway, here we go. I had a really rough week and I couldn't stop crying. I'm actually going to send you the video, Rebecca, of you to put in of me crying that I sent you an iMessage. And okay, so insert clip here. I was crying so much, and Rebecca was like sending me such really, really like motivational voice notes. Neil, there is a solar eclipse in your sign, and this is going on, and we're in a
This is what it
retrograde.
means for you. And
this is what it means for you. And she was being such a supportive friend, sending me such deep messages. And all I kept sending her back was tease that it was like, this is so you. And it was like, don't get horny, I'm an empath. And I was like, that's you. And then the next one was like, what was the one that I sent? And it was just like, my taste in men is horrible. And I was like, so me. And there was another one, it was like, big ass, bigger dreams. I was like, me again.
You were literally just sending me logo tees.
And I was like, Rebecca, if nothing tells our friendship to a T, it's literally me. Like, just like completely crying, but still looking at funny things and being like, thing. But I'd love if we did logo tees or something really funny for the girls because I feel
I
like
saw
you'd
one
love them.
recently and it said it came up on my, I think it was like an Instagram ad, and it said small tits, big ego. And I was like, I'd love to get that for the irony of it all, like one that
Yeah.
says small tits, because
Because
obviously not.
they ain't small.
One
Oh
thing
no,
about my,
honestly.
yeah, no, the back pain. I don't think that I've had back pain all week, by the way. Like
Yeah,
I
she
woke
has.
up
That's why when she
Wednesday,
was talking
I
about the
couldn't
Tiger
move.
Balm, I was like, I'm so glad you're going getting something to help you make you feel better
Tiger
because she was
Balm
not good.
changes lives. I'm not even messing. If anyone ever goes to Thailand
I'll be so
or
real, I don't know
Asia or
what
the
it
Middle
is.
East where you can get it, get yourself a pot of Tiger Balm. It honest when I remember when I did my ankle in January, didn't go to the doctor, didn't do anything, Tiger Balm.
Yeah, but that's weak now. It's going to happen again.
I know I it's actually not the same since. It's a little swollen.
Rebecca, you literally ripped ligaments and didn't go to a physiotherapist, and you're telling me that, like, oh, it's not
But
the same since. I wonder why.
the Tiger Balm did slay.
Um, yeah, I know, but like, I feel like that's a weakness that you never got corrected properly. But I have to say to Rebecca, some things she's said to me, and I've taken the herbal remedy, have worked. And I got really, really, really sick recently. And went to Horn's health store and I literally stocked up on loads of things. And ever since I feel 10 times better. And so I actually think there's method to your madness. And also my dad always says you have to have a wheat germ, it's good for your stomach. And I've been eating wheat germ with everything and it actually is quite good.
But you know what as well? Like the body does keep the score, and like
Mm,
our of course modern medicine is amazing and has done amazing things, but at the end of the day it is still like a multi-billion with a b
B. Yeah.
dollar euro industry. So
100%. No, I
there
agree.
are some things that are absolutely curable like naturally, and it's your body is
Yeah.
missing like certain nutrient. I always say like pineapple juice,
Mm,
anti-inflammatories, like sometimes you
yeah. I
I
can't
think it
take
was
any
the
normal
day I learned
anti-inflammatories at the
that
moment.
Panadol, like when you have a little bit of a headache, not a migraine,
Panadol does work though.
it does, but you know why it works? It doesn't get rid of the headache at the source. It just turns off the part of your brain that feels the headache.
Yeah, well, that's enough for me. I'll be so real with you. Do you
Yeah,
know
but
what? I get really bad migraines, and when I was in the UK, they do this thing which is so up your street. It's like ibuprofen with lysine. Lysine's just like an amino acid, but
yeah,
it fucking fixes your migraine. Like literally, it
yeah.
stops the pain completely. And like I'd be like throwing up for my migraines, and I'm like, okay, that worked. Do you know what I mean?
Where
Before
was I? Go on.
before I go, we need to talk about one more thing.
I was we will, but
Yeah,
I was somewhere in the world where you go to the pharmacy and they ask you, do you want the medical
was
like
that Brazil
remedy, or do you
probably?
want,
Because I feel like Mexico does all the you can get antibiotics over the counter
I
in
can't
Mexico.
remember where I was. They were like, do you want the
I
medical
know Brazil's
remedy
not in
or do you
Mexico.
want the like the holistic remedy? And they'll like offer you both.
Or was that in Dubai maybe?
I think it was Dubai.
Maybe it was Dubai.
Just
Um,
play anywhere wherever, because I was like, that's nice having the option.
yeah, it is good to be fair. Did you see that Ice Spice and Cardi B took a photo together?
No.
Do you know the seriousness of this now is like
The lower it's a bit due to Nikki.
it's like Taylor Swift and Kim Kardashian taking a picture together.
Wait, why? What happened between Ice Spice?
Because
Oh, wait, I remember.
Nicki Minaj, Nicki Lewinsky, Nicki the Barbie, Nicki the Harajuku, she she has been feuding with Cardi B for years, and Ice
Yeah, we
Spice
know.
has like been co-signed by Nicki Minaj. And now Ice Spice is taking
Oh,
a picture with Cardi B. Insert picture here. I'll send it to you.
oh no way.
Yeah, so it's crazy. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know
Oh.
what's gonna be the outcome of that because I know that Nicki doesn't really like fuck with that shit, but you never know. You never know. But anyway, in other news, girls, we better love you and leave you because it's been a long podcast.
Yeah, I feel like if we've been podcasting for a while, but it hasn't even felt like long to me.
No, it just feels like a normal FaceTime between me and Rebecca. I swear, if we just podcasted what we FaceTime each other, we would never have to dedicate time to do podcast. We would just be fucking, we would just be constantly releasing episodes, girls. We'd be like, nothing you heard last week, that was 5 weeks ago.
Sorry,
Because
disregard that.
I disregard that. Okay,
Disregard
guys,
that.
love you and leave you as always. Subscribe to our
Ciao.
YouTube, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and rate us and tell your friends about us and write us. And if you don't can't get through to her, get through to me. Okay, I love you.
If
Bye.
she doesn't answer you, I will.
Ladies, if there's a girl who won't do it for you, there's another girl who will.
And that's on that.
And
Ciao,
then
Bella.
bye.
Bye.
Okay, love.